Taylor, is it on?
I think we are now live.
Beautiful. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to try not to yell into my microphone. We're excited. It's a fun day. We get to do this once a year, and we're glad you guys are here to join us on launch day. So we're going to take 2 minutes. We're going to get a recording for YouTube. So we're going to take 2 minutes and welcome you guys for an unofficial pre-show. So if you're watching the recording, you can fast forward 2 minutes for the content. But we want to say hi to you guys. Welcome in chat. My name's Gabe. I am joined by Taylor Dunn, GM of OA Cheddar, and Grant Dunn, my co-founder, partner in excellence. Grant below. What's up, gentlemen?
Good morning.
Good morning. Taylor, you got coffee?
I got coffee. I've got water. I'm ready to go.
We're ready to go. Dude, the emails have been programmed. Our text should work. Cross our fingers. We got a great presentation for you guys today, so we're excited you guys are here. So hello from, this is going to be in the chat, but hello, I see a bunch of you guys here. Russell's in the chat, Joseph in the chat. I see Kevin, Giovanni. I see Sylvia, Kevin Carey, what's up? Tim Fout. What's up, Tim? Good to see you back. Anthony Pace. Lonnie Brooks, local celebrity. Lonnie, I say this with love. I want you should hear what Taylor and I were we're a big fan of Lonnie. I'm a big Lonnie fan. I've become a big Lonnie fan in the past month. So appreciate you here. Saeed, what's up, Saeed? Matthew Roberts, cool. Bunch of you guys are in here. So Grant, I'm trying to curb my excitement right now. My heart's jumping out of my chest though. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. We were doing some box breathing before, so maybe a little lightheaded from the deep breathing, but
it's cool. We don't do a lot of live presentations, guys. We like to stay on our holes. Grant and I value our privacy. That's why we brought Taylor onto the team to help run operations and do things. But we do enjoy coming out this once per year and sharing with you guys. So, Grant, you ready to get started? Should we kick it off?
Let's go.
Let's kick it off, man. I see 2 minutes past the top of the hour. This webinar is special today, guys. So welcome to Source Less, Profit More, the 5-month shortcut to your best Q4 ever. And that's our goal. That's our goal for you. And we want to help you to do it this year with peace of mind and to be super prepared. So our goal with the webinar today is to help you to eliminate the stress and the overwhelm that comes in Q4. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I remember my first Q4 at the end of 2014. It's this feeling like I'm missing out. Grant, I don't know if you remember this feeling. Like I'm missing out. I see everyone posting their screenshots on Facebook groups and I haven't sourced enough inventory. I'm not prepared. It's like the beginning of November. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Okay. Has anybody else experienced the overwhelm? Type yes in chat if you've ever experienced the overwhelm I'm talking about. Okay, our goal and the reason you're here today at the end of August, might be 80 degrees somewhere where you are, somewhere in the country, but our goal is to help you to get prepared and to skip all that. And there's some strategy for that, to doing that. So without further ado, let's get started. Guys, our theme for this year is less is more. Okay. Now, we've been guilty of this in the past. We've, tried to share fancy strategies with you guys. And this year we want to help you to have even more peace. And so we've stripped this down. And that's the theme for this year is less is more. How to get more done by working less and working smarter, not harder. So if you're down for that, you're in the right place. So first off, this webinar is interactive, guys. So a lot of you have already said hi in chat. You're going to get out of today what you put in. We've got less than an hour together because the cart for Cheddar Black's opening here at the top of the hour. So say hello in chat if you haven't already. I see Sarah Simpson. I see Katria. I see a bunch of you guys here in chat. Chad Thomas says yes. Silas says yes. So you guys get the overwhelm I'm talking about. So post in chat where you're from. And also if there's anybody in your area, it's a good excuse for you to do some networking. Okay. Now, right up front, yes, this is a Q4 webinar. However, we are going to be opening Cheddar Black 2025 at the top of the hour. Okay, 1 o'clock Eastern. That's in 56 minutes. So we're going to do this live and see how that goes today. So our ethical bribe for you, we want you to stick around to the entire presentation because at the end of this thing, we're going to be giving away $500 off your enrollment into Cheddar Black for live attendees. And our goal is to get to the offer part of today before the top of the hour and give you guys a little early window to kind of skip the rush when our emails are programmed to go out, if that's cool with y'all, okay? So got some cool stuff for you today. So welcome to Cheddar Black 2025. Here's our agenda for today. I want you to put on in the cockpit here, okay? First thing we're gonna talk about today is results. We're gonna share, and I think this is pretty rare, Taylor. I don't know any other leadless provider that shares their results publicly for the last several years, but we're going to do this. We're going to tell you guys how our team did the last several years of Q4 so you can kind of get an idea of the lead flow. Number two, we're going to talk about key dates for Q4 2025. You're going to want to pull out your phone for this part and save these down. Number three, we're going to talk about 3 core Q4 sourcing strategies, okay? And this is the part of the presentation this is really the meat and potatoes of the strategy part. And the goal is for you to leave today picking one or multiple of these strategies and saying, hey, this is my horse. I'm going to ride this horse this Q4. This is what I'm going to do. I don't know if that was the proper analogy, Grant, but you kind of get the idea. And lastly, we're going to open the cart for Cheddar Black. And this is also a little bit of a new thing. Typically, we don't do this live. So, Lord willing, all of our tech and everything will work here at the top of the hour. Okay, so that's our agenda for today. Who this is for, want to make sure you guys are in the right room. We've got a bunch of you still jumping on here, okay? This is for a couple different people. Number one, FBA sellers who want to ramp up their sourcing in Q4, okay? So whether you sell all year round or I kind of laugh because I know some of you guys come out of the woodwork about this time of the year and you pop up and it's like, oh, where's this person been for the last 6 months? Okay, no guilt, no shame in that. Some of y'all are part-timers. I get that. The second group of people this is for is 7-figure sellers who want bulk leads to scale your store. If you're like Grant and you're like, hey, I don't need training, just give me the leads and let me run with it. You're in the right place as well. And then the third group of people, the third person really this is for is the new sellers, okay? If you're a new seller and you want to learn and grow, if this is your first Q4, maybe your second Q4, I know some of you in the group had been Amazon sellers for many years, and it's not until you find Cheddar Black that all of a sudden now your store flourishes. So if you're a new seller, you're also in the right place today with us. Okay, so who are we? A lot of you guys know us already. My name is Gabe Strom. I'm joined by Taylor Dunn and Grant Dunn. We run OA Cheddar. A lot of you guys know us already. If you don't, we've done some cool things. We've got a team of over 30 people, 25 international, 5 in the States. We've generated a lot of leads, close to 250,000 leads over the last 7+ years. We've done somewhere between 2,500 leads and just shy of 4,000 leads every Q4 since 21. So 21, 22, 23, 24. Our team's been very consistent with that. We built a cool software called SourceFlow. A lot of you guys are SourceFlow customers. It helps you organize all of your leads. And we've done some cool stuff. But this webinar is not about us. I just wanted to say hello so you guys know who we are today. All right. So here's the interactive part. And this is some of my favorite things to do. Grant knows this about me. I want to start off today with helping you guys set your intention. So my question for you is, why are you here? Why are you here in the morning on a Thursday morning? And what do you intend to create in Q4 2025? Okay, so I want you to think about what you want to create. And I say this because God's made us in a way where we have this awesome ability to create, and we've been made in that image. And so I want to know why you're here. Specifically, what do you intend to create in Q4? Now, I see some answers coming in. Grant says freedom. Okay, Rachel says growth. I'm looking for specificity. Who specifically has a specific goal of what they want to create in Q4? Could be a monetary goal, could be an attention with your business. Saeed says, I got to pay for my 4 kids' college. Okay, I get that. Build enough equity in Amazon to go full-time. Great goal. Let's see here. Hoping to retire in the next 2 years. Here's a great goal. Okay, I love this one. I would love to increase my sales by 50% in Q4. That's I love this goal, Matthew. Very specific. So if he's cranking along at a certain value, he just wants to double that. Grant, do you know, you know a little bit of something about doubling that? You know a little bit of something about goals.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. To be profitable easily. I like that goal. Easily profitable. 50K monthly sales, Simone says. Very specific. I like it. Cool. So good job, first of all you guys that shared your intention. So I've got experience in this. Something happens when you put your intention out into the world. What I will encourage you to do, if you're taking notes, is write that goal down very specifically. And I know some of you are maybe a little shy and you don't want to share your goal publicly because you're embarrassed. I know there's this weird thing, like if I put it out there, what if I don't achieve it or whatever? I want you to let go of that, because the way you've been doing things in the past has been getting you certain results. And if you want new results, sometimes we got to do things a little differently. So just write that down, be very specific. And I share that because we're anchoring guys for your success for the season. And this is all part of the process to having a peaceful and prosperous Q4. And it starts off with this process. So I like this here. One more here, Grant, before I go on here. Leah, what's up, Leah? Good to see you. I specifically want to hike in Switzerland next year. Love this goal. Has nothing to do with Amazon, but it also has everything to do with it because you gotta afford to go, right? So very cool. All right. Well, first, guys, before we get into the content, let's talk about results. And I know a lot of you are here because you want the lead flow. So if you're one of those sellers, let's talk about what we've done in the past. And some of you guys have been members in the past. If you were a part of the 2021 group, go ahead, put 21 in chat. I'm curious if you guys are here. We did 800 leads that year. Black Friday leads, we did 286 Cyber Monday list leads. Christmas chunks, we did 1,629 leads for a grand total of 2,715 top shelf leads in 2021. So this was a nice year. 22, Black Friday had just shy of 700 leads. We had 94 on our Cyber Monday list, 2,400 on Christmas chunks this year. Christmas chunks got fat this year, Taylor, for a total of 3,250 top shelf leads. And, one thing we didn't put in here, Taylor, we didn't talk about the Cheddar standard, but just so people know, what qualifies as a lead for Cheddar Black?
Yeah. So we have a $4 minimum net profit alongside a 40% ROI. Also a $5 net profit alongside a 30% ROI. So these are the profit thresholds that we have. And then we are looking for at least bare minimum 10 signs of at least 10 sales per month. Right. Granted, most leads are selling more than that, but that is our absolute bare minimum before sharing it as a top shelf lead.
Cool. So are these any different than our normal standard, or is this the same? It's the same standard that we use for our typical list.
It's the same minimum standards. The things about the leads that are ending up on Christmas chunks, they are the fastest items that are the fastest selling items that we find. All of our seasonal related products end up on this lead list. So they are leads that are specifically for Q4 and have, they're the best of what we got that we find throughout the Q4 season.
Cool. So it looks like Leah was in, I think, either 21 or 22, and I see Bonnie's in the house. What's up, Bonnie? She's been in for 3 years, so glad to see you back. So this was 2022. Some of you guys remember this year we had kind of a cartoon theme. 23, we had 216 Black Friday leads, 94 Cyber Monday. Christmas chunks had 2,322 leads for a total of 2,600 lead 23. And one thing you guys are noticing is probably the ebbs and flows. Our team is always focused on quality. So our goal is not to shove 5,000 leads at you and give you complete overwhelm. Our goal is less is more. We want you only to see quality leads. So just so you know, those standards apply. There's a lot more that we don't share. Actually, majority of leads that our team finds we don't share. This is just the cream of the crop, in case some of you guys are wondering about that. So, and then last year we did a little, I don't know, what do you call this, Taylor? Retro. I don't know what this purple is. Retro
funk.
Cyberpunk. I don't know where we get this stuff from, guys. It's just we try and have fun. Black Friday was pumped last year. How come Black Friday? You have any idea, Taylor? How come Black Friday was so much heavier last year?
It just comes with the season and what our team finds. So there are different sales. Every year there's different sales, different items that are available. Depending on how demand those items are, will dictate how many leads that we deliver. So I think last year there was an abundance. Right, our team did a great job. Not only looking at the top big box stores, but also the smaller websites that aren't your Walmart.com or Dick'sSportingGoods.com, but are still perfectly good places to source from.
Yeah, so that's just a testament. Where the team finds the leads, you guys get them. And that's why we deliver 3 different lists during Q4, because we don't know where we're going to find them, and we want to make sure that you get them. So I was just curious. I was off the cusp, but Cyber Monday list, about 200 leads last year. It's just interesting that some years the Black Friday list is heavy, some years the Cyber Monday list is heavy. One thing that's consistent every year, gentlemen, is that Christmas chunks list is a little fatty every single year. The team, and we'll talk about that in a second. Taylor had our preseason pep rally. I guess we'll call it a pep rally, kind of a come to Jesus call with our sourcing team to get them all geared up. So I'll let him talk about that a little bit later, but we're already prepping for you guys. So Christmas chunks 20, every year it's like 2,000 plus leads and they get delivered. This really is the crust of Cheddar Black. This is what people love. It's the meat and potatoes. Last year, 38.92. I mean, it was a big year last year. We share these results too, guys. We can't predict what 25 is going to produce. What we know is our team's going to, if they're good leads, our team's going to find them. And some years it's heavy, some years it's light. All years we focus on quality for you guys and want to make sure you get the best results. So I'm teeing myself up here. So what about the quality of the leads? Okay, we know volume, but how good are the leads? Well, Taylor's already talked about the standard, but I want you guys to hear from some of our clients. I think Lonnie, that's why I love you so much. Lonnie sums this up really good. He said that some of you guys watched Lonnie's interview in the pre-launch content. He said they're just good leads. They have good profit, not just $1 or $2 here or there, no repeats or seeing the same thing the next day in a different color. Competition wasn't an issue with any of them. They all sold. I even got a few replens out of them. So I think Taylor, Taylor or Grant, anything you guys would say about the quality of the leads and how they get shared?
They're just high quality leads. I mean, there's going to be items that you're going to find that you can replenish all throughout the year. They're going to be, it's a good mix. So we don't try to pigeonhole our leads to a certain category, right? So it's not a toys and games list. It's not just a beauty list. It is a spread out, well-diverse list. You know, we might be sharing you items that will do better maybe in the spring and summer months, but they're profitable, they're selling, and you're buying it for a heck of a good deal right now in the winter time. We're also going to share, those hot selling toy items with you guys, or those fast selling Christmas presents as well. So it's a good mix of everything. Honestly, everyone always worries about the number of leads they're getting compared to the competition. And honestly, you guys are going to be our goal is to overwhelm you with the data, right? To where you have so many things to choose from that competition isn't a factor, but also you can plan out and you can buy things that are great for Christmas, but also things that might not be great for Christmas, but maybe in the beginning of the year. It's just a good batch of stuff. This is our favorite program. It's just good. They're just good leads.
Lonnie said it. They're just good leads.
Yeah.
Shane said, are they uploaded to SourceFlow? So we're already getting ahead of ourselves, but how's delivery going to happen this year, Taylor?
So delivery will be happening in SourceFlow. So you want to make sure you have a SourceFlow account. For those who don't know about SourceFlow, it's a lead and order management tool. It is not a requirement. You don't have to pay for SourceFlow to get your leads. So if you are wondering that question, that is pretty common. You're just going to set up a free account. This is where you can go and download your leads every single day. This ensures that you get delivery on time. It helps us with communication. Also, you'll be able to get things like the images and some updated stats when you are getting it from SourceFlow compared to like a normal spreadsheet, right, which is static. There's also a level of security that goes along with that as well. We are really protective to make sure that the data doesn't get leaked out. So we have things in place in SourceFlow to help us with that.
So yes,
no one's going to be sharing your spreadsheet, with their friends and family. They can, at the end of the day, but there is a layer of security in there. And I highly recommend, yes, you can get a free SourceFlow account. Highly recommend using the paid version because Smart Data is a very useful tool, especially during Q4. Yeah, we'll talk more about that.
Yes, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I love it though. I love it. So cool. Well, let's talk about the results. Like leads are good. Yeah, okay. Volume of leads is good. Quality of leads are good. What does that mean for you? You're here. You guys don't want leads. You guys want results. You want sales. You want profit. So Taylor, you want to talk about this was 2024 results. And this is my first question is, are these unique leads or are these all powered by OA Cheddar?
Yeah. So for those who maybe are new to OA Cheddar and don't know us very well, Grant and myself sell on Amazon, and we have an Amazon store that is exclusively OA Cheddar leads, right? The vast majority, probably about 99% of our inventory comes from OA Cheddar leads. Do we do a little rabbit trailing off those leads? Yes, everyone should be doing that. But for the most part, we are buying fresh data, putting into our store, and then replenishing that fresh data. So you can see here from this image, this is our snapshot of our sales last year in Q4. So between October 1st and December 31st, we roughly did about 935,000, close to 936,000 in sales just in the Q4 months. That is a mix of FBA and FBM, but they are OA Cheddar leads delivered from Cheddar Black. We did a webinar last year. We usually do like a state of the OA type video at the beginning of the year. And when we broke down our numbers, our top 20, I believe it was our top 20 or top 30 performing listings, right? Out of that 30, about 25, 26 of them came from Cheddar Black specifically. So our best-selling stuff during the Christmas season came specifically from the Cheddar Black lead list, Christmas chunks. So you get an idea of what does this look like when it's applied into an actual business.
Mm-hmm. Cool. We like to just want to be transparent with you guys. We like to share. I think it helps too when you can see other people creating success. That helps you say, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. There's nothing special. No offense, with all respect, Taylor and Grant, there's nothing special about what you guys do in your store and what anybody else can do, other than you got started 10 years ago. And so you've been in the game a while. You've been suspended, I think, 3 times now. So you got kicked in the teeth 3 times. You got back up. I mean, I guess there is a difference. You have ridiculous resilience. I think a lot of people in this industry probably don't have as thick a skin as you guys. Other than that, there's no special skills. You guys have the same leads that everybody else has. You use source flow, and it's the same model that we're teaching you guys. So we share that so you guys can have that. And then our goal too, guys, you'll notice that this year, in years past, we've always highlighted Grant as the expert. We're turning a corner now, and we want to highlight the days of Grant being the guru of the group are kind of over, and we want to turn the corner and highlight you guys. Like Lonnie's the hero, Bonnie, you're the hero, Ed Dassey, you're the you guys are the generation that's going. That's kind of our intention. Just if you see that happening, that's a conscious thing. So
I just want to point out, Gabe, that this is not the ceiling either. Like our team is actually. We have our method and we just kind of stick in our little lane. But if someone came into OH Header and had access to all the data like us with a more dynamic team and very, very well trained on rabbit trailing, like on a heavy, because there are people who do very well with OH Header that don't actually buy the fresh data. They do only rabbit trailing and they build a very successful business, not even buying the fresh data. So my point is like, this is primarily off of the data that's getting delivered and replanning. But if you had a fantastic like team of 3 to 4 VAs that were really strong at rabbit trailing, I think you could double this easily, having access to all of OH Header's data. So that's just my opinion.
I 100%
love to see somebody do it.
I 100% agree. What we do if someone were to look at how we source and how we buy stuff, they would probably say, wow, that just seems really easy and really basic. Yeah. Right. And that's the truth. That is how we're not like Grant and myself. We're not great rabbit trailers. We're not experts at keep a product finder. Right. We have some team members that are great, but they're mostly just replenishing. Our strategy is simple: buy leads from OH Header, throw out a bunch of test buys into the store, right? Replenish the ones that are working, rinse and repeat that process. Right. We're not spending 6-8 hours a day just sourcing. We're spending like a fraction of that just making buying decisions and then just replenishing the stuff that works. So to Grant's point, if someone came in and really worked these leads the way that they should be, like you could easily, 2x, 3x the results that you're seeing here on the screen.
And to be clear, guys, like when we say our team, we're talking about our store team. So Taylor and I have a couple of VAs that work with us in our store. That's who we're talking about. The OH Header team, they're experts at keep a product finder, tactical arbitrage, and everything in between, manual sourcing. That's on the front end of the system. We just have a very kind of small and simple back end, right? If you came in with a little bit more of a dynamic back end, that's where I think you could double down on this easily. So
this is a good word. I'm glad you guys said this because I think a lot of people put you on a pedestal. Like you do, I'm glad you're ripping the Band-Aid off. Like you guys don't. It's kind of the baseline. You do kind of the bare minimum with Cheddar leads, frankly. Like you could do a lot more. So I'm glad you say that because a lot of people think you're the ceiling. You're not. You're just the floor, and someone could easily do this more. So, quick question, Shane. You are getting ahead of yourself a little bit. Is there a Discord or a chat where we can ask you guys questions? So there actually is, and I'll be talking about it in about 15 minutes if that's cool with you. So,
got you.
Cool. So now you guys know what kind of lead flow you can expect from Q4. Okay, we just want to show you and peel back the curtain. Now, our goal, just so you guys know, is to give you, like Taylor said, more leads than you have budget to source. And I am just curious from any members that are a part of Cheddar Black, how many of you is this true? Type in budget in chat if we help you, if you've maxed out your budget with Cheddar Black. So type in budget if you've maxed out your budget. And I'm just curious how many of you guys do that because I hear that each year. I hear that from members. People say, is there too much competition with a group of 150? And our response is always the same. It's you would have to have the massive, probably 8-figure budget. Okay, so here, budget. Dassey says budget. Okay, you guys are all maxing out on budget. Good. What's a budget? Okay, that's good too. Cool. Cool. So let's get into the meat and potatoes, guys. We're going to go through 3 core sourcing strategies for Q4. We've talked about the leads. We've talked about the volume. Now let's talk about what to do with the leads. How do you optimize your Q4? Talk to Amex, he says. That's funny. Here's the deal. This is the part of the presentation, okay? If there was a place to take notes, this would be it. This is also the part of the presentation where you can take one of these 3 strategies or 2 of them, latch onto it and put your flag in the ground and say, this is what I'm going to do this Q4. I'm not going to get distracted with shiny objects. Okay. So everybody put in chat, no shiny objects. Actually put focus in chat. Okay. Because that's what happens, guys. The reason you feel overwhelmed in Q4 is you don't have a plan and you don't have an intention, you don't have a vision, and you don't have a strategy. And so all of a sudden Q4 happens and you jump on this webinar, you're like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do toys. Oh, I got to do video games. And listen, guys, we've been guilty in the past too of feeding into that. We're not going to do that this year. Okay. I see focus. Perfect. Hey, I love the engagement, by the way, guys. Isn't this so much more fun when we get to like talk back and forth? So cool. All right. Let's talk about this guy. So I'm going to edify this, Taylor, and then I'll turn it over to you and Grant. The first strategy we're going to talk about is probably the most well-known. This is what most of you identify with as Q4. This is the churn and burn seller. Okay. And Grant, you've done this for many years. I remember having conversations with you 5 years ago and saying, Grant, how fast are you turning your inventory? And you know, back then your goal was to turn your inventory every 30 days. And in Q4, and that's changed since then. But Grant, do you want to talk a little bit about this? You've done this in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's buy fast moving inventory, get it into your store before, probably, the first week of November anymore, maybe even the last week of October, fill it up as much as you can with FBA inventory. But then, the opportunity to turn and burn hard in Q4 really comes from merchant fulfilling. It's not everybody's favorite strategy, but it is definitely a strong strategy. I think last year, I personally sourced and shipped about $100,000 worth of sales in merchant fulfilling, which was a lot of work for me out of my little garage that's cold and doesn't have good heat in there. And but I turn on Forrest Frank and jam out to some Christian music and get rolling. But I've definitely put myself into some crazy overwhelm status with this strategy. Like I think my craziest day, and I'm not like I'm working with a table that's propped up on bed risers and I'm hunched over on another. It's just crazy. But like I had one day 2 years ago where I think I had like over 200 orders, and I wasn't very keen on the timeline that I had to get those orders fulfilled because I had 0-day fulfillment. And yeah, it was, dude, I was sweating bullets until like midnight. Had my little at the time 9-year-old son. He was like helping me, and I'm like, because I came and running the house. I'm like, I need help, somebody. So he's like, I'm up for it. And yeah, it was a stressful day and even a stressful few days after that because stuff was selling so fast. And it was basically right as like, things get Black Friday hit, stuff just started flying. So, but it's a fun strategy, guys. It is a way to pad your pockets in season, right? Like, it's not going to be our focus this year. We're going to focus more on the strategies we're going to talk about. But the cool thing about this strategy that I think is really good to know is like, if you don't have that expertise of being able to look at a product and go, I can see the future for this product. I know that probably by late December or even early January, this is going to sell well at that time, and buy it and FBA it. The thing about that merchant fulfilling is you can look at a product, you can see that it's profitable right now. And that it's small enough maybe to pack into a small box or even a padded envelope. You can buy it and literally sell it within the same few days. Not to mention the ability to literally go to the store, right? And there's going to be inventory like this that we'll be delivering to you guys where you could literally go into the store, pick it up, or even do, and I did a lot of this, in-store pickups. We place orders for in-store pickups during the peak season, really, which is like that Black Friday, Cyber Monday, 2 weeks right there, where we're running into the store, or showing up to the store, getting the pickups, getting it listed as soon as we get back to the house, and it's selling within hours, right, or even minutes. Yeah. So it's a strategy if you want to do it. It's a sprint, though. This strategy right here is a sprint.
It's a sprint. Grant, just curious, this is off the record. What do you make extra by doing this? When you, in the years past, when you've done this, is like, what is this worth to your business?
I mean, an extra 10 to 20 grand, like between November and December, probably.
Okay.
But I'll be merchant fulfilling stuff. When I do this, you know, there's stuff that continues to sell even into January, or I'm even turning in October. So, but I would say in that little 2-month window, and it's really, I say 2 months, it's really like mid-November to mid-December. That's like the bulk meat and potatoes of it. Yeah, it can, again, at our scale, you know, it can bring in an extra 10 to 20 grand.
So I'll frame this off, and we're going to kind of put a bow tie. I mean, this is what a lot of people do. I love this though. Every 10K counts. So drop that in chat. This is a belief I had a rich guy put in my head. Every 10 grand counts. And you can say this with any number, by the way. You can say every 100 grand counts, every 500K counts, but it programs your mind to think that that's a small amount of money. So go ahead and drop in chat. Every 10K counts if you guys are down for collecting stack and cheddars. Okay. I don't know what the kids call them bands. I don't know what they call them. Every 10K counts.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're so
I think we are, Grant. I think somewhere in the last 10 years we turned into middle-aged people, and I didn't even. Anybody else? Whatever. Side note. You don't even know it happens. Every 10K counts. Awesome. So this is a good strategy, though, guys. Here's the deal. Don't let me. You know, I don't want to hype down the churn and burn. If you're getting started and you're ramping up your store, we all have a hustle we get to go through. And this is the fast. If you've got limited capital and capital is your challenge, and you want to flip and grow that capital, this is where you want to spend your time, and you or hiring someone or whatever. Boomers rock. I'm not a boomer, by the way. I'm an elder millennial, for the record. Okay, 1982. Yeah. Just to put that on the record.
Wow.
All right, cool. Anything else? I mean, this is bread and butter. I kind of want to move on to the next one. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Strategy number 1. Okay. Strategy number 2. Okay. This is. If there was like a theme slide for this year, this would be it. Okay. This is the long-term business builder. Okay. And the key idea here, and then I'm going to turn it over to the team and let you guys talk about this. The key idea, and Saeed, you're really good at this. You honed in on this on your interview. If you guys watch Saeed's pre-launch interview, is in Q4, we will see some of the deepest discounts on products all year. And the key strategy here is buy those deeply discounted products. Yes, sell as much as you can in Q4, but also have the vision and the mentality that I'm going to sell in Q1 and Q2, and I'm going to load my store up now. And no, you're not looking to turn it within 30 days. You're okay holding things a little bit longer. The benefit to this strategy, though, is you have way less stress in Q4. Okay, you're not running around stores. You're not grabbing your kids to pack up video games. Like, you're not doing that stuff. So, Grant, do you want to talk a little bit? You kind of switched your gears to this, and you've gone. I think your cycle, Grant, is what a lot of sellers go through. You started off doing RA. You started off doing a lot of hustle. You sold video games. You did a lot of merchant fulfilling, and now your business is maturing. And you're like, you know what? Every 10 grand, yes, every 10 grand is good, but so is peace of mind and wrestling with my kids. And I kind of just want to have a peaceful Christmas. So you want to talk about kind of how you're shifting into this?
Sure. I mean, every year strategy changes a little bit, right? Sometimes, you know, I did 2 years of like merchant fulfilling, you know, the turn and burn strategy, core strategy number 1. The last 2 seasons, that's been my focus. And as we were talking, you know, Gabe mentioned this, like pick 1 or 2 of these strategies. And I really think that at the end of the day, you need to focus on one of these. 2, yes, if you have the capacity or the team, or all 3, right? But you need to pick one. And that's the thing, is like when you're focusing on the churn and burn, like, yeah, our team is always buying and preparing inventory for Q1, but my focus can only really be on one thing if I'm going to go all in on something. And it's been that core strategy 1. But when I watched Saeed's interview, you know, because I had already decided I'm not doing merchant fulfilling. I don't have the capacity for it. There's details I could describe, but I'm not going to here, on why that's the case. And then when I watched Saeed's interview, I was like, that's it. I just want us to strictly focus on buying good inventory, obviously leading up into Q4 and throughout Q4, but really think about how let's see how well we can do in Q1. Like, how profitable can we be, you know? And in some of that stuff, you're going to have to buy and hold maybe till March, or maybe even a little later, right? Because, you know, the prices are going to go low, but what you'll see, and this is a warning for all of you guys, because you're going to see it, right? You're going to buy inventory low. It's going to be looking very beautiful and profitable in November or whatever. And maybe even if you're sourcing it in December, but everyone's going to race the bottom, because that low cost inventory comes into the system, comes into FBA, the supply goes up just like anything else, right? The price goes down, right? And so you're going to think, oh crap, I bought bad inventory. That's not necessarily the case, especially if you're like looking into the past, right? You're looking into like, by this time of the year, when we look at Keepa, we kind of zoom out, right? We're not necessarily looking at just where are we at right now. We can kind of do that in a lot of like Q1, Q2, Q3 sourcing. It's really like, how is it performing right now? I can get it in there and I can sell it profitably. When we're in Q4, we have to zoom out and go, how did it perform? Here I am in Q4. How did it perform in Q1 last year? How did it perform in Q3 last year? That's a real depiction of how it's going to perform. But what you're going to see is, and even if you do that, you're going to go, great, this is a great buy. You buy it and then it tanks. And by the end of December, you're going, this is dog crap. Sorry, that was really grotesque, but this is not
family friendly.
I've been there, right? Where it's like, oh no, we bought bad inventory. Or even in January, it's like, is this ever going to rebound? But you have to trust that it will. I'm sure Saeed would agree with me. Like, you're going to see stuff rebound February, March, even as late as April. But the best part is you're buying it super low. And so that's going to be my focus this year. Our focus, Taylor and I's and the team, is just buy the best, richest, deepest discounted inventory we possibly can. And then look forward to selling it in Q1. That doesn't negate what we're going to do in Q4. Like we're preparing for that now. But I'm excited. Because that takes the pressure off of me. I don't want to be hustling in my garage this year. So hopefully that you guys can jump in if you have any other comments to say there.
I mean, you hit it, man. I mean, this is just, it's an and or both thing. So I think it's just a mindset shift, Grant. And I noticed this the first couple of years selling on Amazon. I always thought the rush is on Q4. That's this big wave. And people like us do webinars and hype, everybody's hyped up about Q4. But you got to look at this as take the long-term approach. And we do this really good at OA Cheddar. This is one of the reasons we take the long ball approach on a lot of our decisions. We could cut corners and deliver more leads. It's like, no, keep quality the same thing, deliver less leads, higher quality. So when you look at your business, just look at the whole year. And a lot of sellers, they dip out February, March, April, and then the summertime, people get lazy. Like, you want to zig when people zag. Saeed, you're really good at this, and keep the gas on. And that's really how you get ahead. Everybody's selling in Q4, but how do you get ahead? Well, you want to sell in Q1 and Q2. So Taylor, any comments, or is that, I think Grant did a pretty good job.
Grant summed it up. Yeah, that's what we've done in the past. And what he says is true. Like, we're buying things for the biggest discount in Q4. And like, I see Silas's comment here where, he had a product where it didn't do so well in December, but then it did rebound, and that's what happens, right? So with this strategy, it is a little bit of a buy and hold. You're not holding for an entire year, but you're buying and holding it maybe for a month or two, right? You got to be willing to kind of sit and wait. And so this is great for those who are, graduating, I would guess, from the churn and burn, right? They have a team that can churn and burn for them, and they can execute and start focusing on buying opportunities during December as well. So it's a great strategy.
That's a great point, Taylor. You want to graduate to where your team can do the hustle. You can still take advantage of strategy one, and you want to graduate into this long-term approach. So this is, put a bow tie on this, guys. If you could get one idea out of this webinar, buy Cheddar Black, buy and do a long-term strategy, and have a successful year. You'll get a 10, 20, 30, 40 plus X return on your investment. Just doing this one thing, you don't have to have a lot of stress. And if you want to do the hustle thing, you're cool, but you don't have to. We want to give you guys permission to not hustle. Does anybody need permit? It's like a school pass. You got permission. You got if your wife or husband or any of your peers, you can say, oh, wait, Cheddar told me I have permission not to hustle this year. I can just work smart. Okay. Of course, I'm joking with you guys. Okay. All right. Core strategy 3. Taylor, you said, or Grant, you said this was your favorite picture of the whole presentation. So the new seller, okay? And this is here, really, this is for new sellers, but you want to have an open mind. We're kind of all new sellers all the time. You always want to be learning, like always ABE or ABL, always be learning, always be growing new stuff. So if you're a new seller and you're here to learn and grow, you're in a great spot. By Cheddar Black, you'd benefit. You'd get more leads than you have budget to source easily, probably happen each month. And you get to walk through our community with your first Q4. The value of being a part of Black Chat and just seeing the evolution of the community is invaluable. And then you can grow. These weekly calls that we host have become, we started these a while back. It was the Cheddar Black thing, but to be able to jump on a a Google Hangout with your peers and talk shop about what's working today or whatever new curveball Amazon throws at us, because they're always throwing these knuckleball. Like, how valuable is it to be able to have a community to be able to learn and grow with together? So I think we're all this category though, Grant.
Yep. No, I get a ton of value out of the weekly calls. It's been great.
You tell me when we talk about it, you tell me all the time how much you learn from our members.
Yeah, like when there's things that are coming up in my seller account, for example, where it's like, I've never seen this before. What do I do? And I'm like, we're going to bring this to the Wednesday call and get feedback. And there's always somebody there that's actually a handful of people there that's seen it themselves and leads us in the right direction. It's been awesome.
Marco loved the calls. So there you go. So cool. So these are the 3 strategies, guys. I'm just curious from those of you guys that are here. And the core strategy, I guess we called this core strategy, but the strategy is to learn and grow. So which one of you guys are going to do strategy 1? You're going to burn and churn. Which of you guys are going to do strategy number 2? You're going to buy and hold. And I mean, there's other stuff you can do. We talked about merchant fulfilling. We've talked about you can niche down. I'm just curious to get a pulse on folks. Where are you guys at? Are you a number 1 person, a number 2 person? Or since it's America and we can make up stuff, you can be number 3 and you can make up whatever strategy you want. Okay. You like that, guys? You like that?
2 and 4.
I'm just curious. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go back here. Grant's 2. Kevin Carey 3. If you type a 3, okay, new seller, 2 and 4. If you type a number, if you're making up a number, you got to put what it is. That's the rule. That's the rule I just made up right now. Both 1s, 3s, 1 and 3. Okay, cool. Permission to not grind accepted. I like this. I like that. That was impromptu too, guys. This is why you show up to these calls live. You get those extra little nuggets. You don't get those. You can't get those on YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So cool. Awesome. All right, guys. So there's your core strategies. Okay. So we've talked about leads. We've talked about strategies. Let's talk about some key dates. Okay. Now this is the part you want to grab your iPhone. And I see we got 18 minutes, gentlemen, until the car opens at the top of the hour. So our goal, let's go through these dates. And then our goal is to get you guys the early link before the public email goes out. So key dates for 25. Okay. Key date number 1 is today. You guys are here. Congratulations. You are like early for Q4. I love sending out those Q4 emails when it's like August 15th. And I can imagine you're opening those being like, maybe you live in Georgia and you're like, dude, it's like 115 degrees down here. Why are you talking about Christmas? I love it. Our public cart for Cheddar Black opens in 18 minutes. And if you guys are on live, we're going to drop the link early for you guys. This year's program is a banger and we're going to talk about it in about 7 minutes. Okay. Second key date, Christmas chunk lead flow begins on September 1st. That is Labor Day. That is this Monday, right, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
That is this Monday. So the plan for lead delivery, for those of you that are part of Cheddar Black, it will go out at 11 Eastern each day. The first day is always a little bit crazy. So, just give us a little grace. But once you start getting the leads, it starts on September 1st and it runs 5 months all the way till the end of January. So that starts on Monday. Black Friday this year is on November 28th. Happens to be my birthday. So don't forget that date. It's a very important date. Black Friday. The goal for the Black Friday list, those leads typically come out, Taylor, mid-November. Like the Black Friday list that the stores released used to be like a week before. Now they kind of drip it off and it's getting spread out. I think I saw Target had some Black Friday deals. No, I'm just kidding. Not quite this early, but
no, you are right. They will start to come out like around mid-November, the Black Friday. So these are going to be like your pre-sales when those Black Friday ads hit your guys' newsstands or hit the web, right? Our team is scouring through those in-store ads and putting together a lead list for you as well. So the pre-Black Friday sales stuff are also being delivered, but that ends up on Christmas chunks because they are usually live.
So you get them in both places.
The Black Friday list is basically a list for you to prepare for Black Friday. The sales go live the day of Black Friday. So we're giving you kind of a cheat code to, before you walk into the store and get bombarded with customers and all this craziness, you already have a plan of, we know we're buying these items. We're going through the store, we're grabbing them. The Black Friday list is great for that.
Mm-hmm. So that's Black Friday list, 28th. Cyber Monday week is December 1st, and I believe it's through the 5th. It's typically Monday through Friday, right, Taylor, when those sales are running?
Yep.
And when do we see those leads come out? Typically the week before?
They come out the day of, because so Cyber Monday, these are live, these are sales are happening. The thing with OA is during Cyber Monday week, everyone has a sale, right? Because it's all online. Yeah. And so we're just over delivering like crazy that week to the Christmas chunks list. And those are all the leads that we deliver that week are the Cyber Monday week leads, because there's just so many of them. And so our team, again, prioritizing the best selling stuff and putting it on that list.
So as we get it, you get it. I mean, it's like real time. It'll pre-populate in your source flow for you. Okay. Christmas, December 25th, the birth of Jesus Christ. So it's kind of the reason for our whole season. We should be what our whole webinar is about. But the Christmas will be the 25th. Hopefully by Christmas time, Christmas is paid for, you're hanging out with your kids and you're having a good time, drinking some cocoa, enjoying the fruits of your labor. That's our goal. By the time Christmas comes around, hopefully you can take a little time off and just enjoy it. And that is the reason for the season. And I know it doesn't feel like it because it's August, but it is going to come quick. Mm-hmm. The season always comes quick. That's, again, why you're here today, to get prepared for the season, okay? And then lastly, our season doesn't end, though. What we do unique here at OA Cheddar with Cheddar Black is we run leads on the Christmas chunks with you all the way through January till January 31st. So this is, I believe, we're the only ones in the industry that do this. You get 5 full months of Christmas chunks, September 1st all the way through January. So our team will still be working. So while our team gets off Christmas, we give them off a couple days that week. We're not, want to value the quality time with everybody, but they're going to still be pumping out leads. So January, you'll have that lead flow continue. Okay. So these are the key dates for the season. Okay. And really the big thing, Grant, I mean, we don't have a slide for this, but if there was an action step, it would be source early, source often. Grant, when is your heaviest buying? I mean, when you guys were really pushing for turn and burn, what's your big buy window to be in time for Black Friday and the peak season?
Well, if we're doing turn and burn, a lot of merchant fulfilling, there's a lot of sourcing, basically Black Friday week and Cyber Monday week. That's the bulk of the sourcing, but there's also quite a bit of lead up time too, like a few weeks, basically all of November. And even sometimes in October, we'll see some stuff where it's like, or I'll look at it personally and be like, I think this is going to work. It's stuff like this has worked in the past, or this particular lead has worked in the past. So I'll start buying, a grip of it, even as late as, or as early as October. And then if it starts to hit, when I see it start to hit profitably, then I'll try to go buy more. And that's where you can really stack up that turn and burn, is kind of put some stuff in place, get it ready. And when things start to turn, that's when you go and double down.
Buying a grip. That's another Gen Alpha term, buying a grip.
Yeah.
Right on. Cool. So hopefully this gives you guys, I want you guys to have peace by watching this. Like, here's the season. It's all laid out. Pick your strategy, source for Q4, source for Q1. Okay. Pretty simple stuff. So now you know the important Q4 dates. Okay. And you also know the core sourcing strategy to be successful. You can pick, are you going to turn and burn? Are you going to buy and hold? What's your strategy? Okay. But there's only one piece of the puzzle that's missing, and you're probably guessing it. It's the leads. Okay. You got to have the leads, the data and access to the data. Number one, helps you make better buying decisions. Number two, your team can buy the right inventory and fill your store. So who wants the leads? This is interactive. Type yes, give me the leads. I want the leads. I like cheddar, any of those type of words in the chat, so we know that we're in the right place and we can move on. And as you guys are doing that, Grant, I see we have 12 minutes until the cart opens. So we're going to go through this definitely within 12 minutes. Here we go. Yes, me, Giovanni, here we go. Cool. Well, let's go through the offer, guys. If this is what you're here for, let's jump in, okay? 8 years running for the official Cheddar Black program. We had a couple unofficial years before that, Grant, where the program wasn't quiet. So 8 years running, we are proud to introduce Cheddar Black 2025. And my intention is to share with you in the next 10 minutes what's included in the program, what it'll do for you, and how you can be one of the 150 members to grab this. Love some cheddar. There you go, Ed. I like the creativity. So cool. So here's what you're going to get. I'm going to go through very quickly what you get with Cheddar Black 2025, since you guys are ready. Okay. The first thing that we package up, we've talked about it already, is the Black Friday list. We call this the OG. This is a mix of retail arbitrage. Some of them are online arbitrage leads. It gets delivered in early November. So as soon as the deals start dropping, our team is scraping, doing all the dirty work for you. So you don't have to go and mess with that. You can just sign into CheddarSoft and see the leads that are pre-populated. And this is just a big chunk of leads. So for those of you guys that are doing strategy too, the Black Friday list, the Cyber Monday list, a lot of people skip over those because they can't get them in time for Christmas. Now you can look at those lists with fresh eyes and say, what can I buy on Black Friday that I can sell in January? Okay, you can think differently about this stuff. Okay, so this is the Black Friday list. You get this. It's an FBA and FBM Q4 sprints. You could use it for either strategy. Second part of the program is our Cyber Monday week list. This is OA specific. This is an OA seller frenzy. I kind of picture like Shark Week when they throw chum in the water and we all go nuts. I don't know how they've programmed us to shop like this, but somehow they have, man. It gets delivered live on Cyber Monday. Like Taylor said, as we find the leads, we deliver them to you. This is the very best OA deals hand delivered directly to you as we find them. You can invest your budget on some of the best deals of the year through Cyber Monday. So some years this has been 200 leads. Some years this has been 950 leads. It's going to depend on the year, the deals, and what our team finds. The good news and the piece that you can have is whatever deals that are out there to be found, our team will find them and give them to you. Okay. So that's the Cyber Monday week. This part of the program is probably the crowd favorite. This is really the meat and potatoes. Christmas, we call it Christmas chunks. It's our creative chunk. So it's a 5-month long lead list. Fan favorite. This is fast selling, low BSR, highly profitable Q4 specific lead list. And this is going to run. Typically, it's 15 to 30 leads a day. Taylor, is that what our team hits on this list?
Yeah, that when we were looking at our averages from last year, that was our average. I think it was around 25, 26.
Cool.
Was the average per day.
So you get a grip, Grant. You get a grip of leads every day coming in September. So starting on Monday, Labor Day, through January 31st, 26. And you can prime your store. This alone, in my opinion, is worth the price of admission for Cheddar Black. If all you got was Christmas chunks, you would be getting a bargain. But we're not. But you get a lot more with the program. Okay, so you get all this stuff packaged up. We basically said, hey, how can we give them all the Q4 leads all in one package? And so we don't sell these separately. These are not available for retail on our website. The only way you can get these lists is by being a Cheddar Black member. It's like $2,000 worth of lead list if we were to sell this retail. Okay. But don't take our word for it. I think Liz is here. She said the great quality of leads and how well they're organized. It's such a time saver. The quality and amount of leads are unbelievable. It's impossible to calculate the time I save. Anyone looking to up their Q4 game needs to buy Cheddar Black leads. It's amazing. That's pretty good, Liz. I appreciate that. Okay. So plus we want to stack this and make this really easy to say yes to. So we put some cool bonuses in the program. I forget who asked earlier about the mobile chat. Can I jump into mobile chat and talk with you guys? Here it is. It's called Black Chat 25. Happens on Facebook. It's a group chat. There's a private Facebook group we use for announcements, but the real cool part, I'm pulling it up here, is this group chat. And you don't have to have your face on chat. You could be sitting there at night, grilling, being like, hey, what's going on with this or whatever the thing is. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's business. It's all good time. So this is our mobile mastermind. We've been running this for years. You get exclusive access to the 3 of us and all the expert sellers in our community at the touch of a button. $1,000 value. Weekly hangouts. This has become a favorite. We started doing this for customers this year. This is your road to 6-figure months. And this is where you can jump into hangouts and talk shop with other sellers in the community without having to jump on a plane and fly to an event or a mastermind. It's all right. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your computer. Okay. You can mastermind with experts and your peers. We have different topics each week. Grant and Taylor have been doing a great job of fostering community hosted by those two. And again, the intention is that this is your room. So this isn't the Grant and Taylor show. Look at how cool we are. This is about you guys. They're there to learn just like you guys are. And very often they come back after the hangout and I call Grant. He's like, dude, I just learned so much today from so-and-so. I had no idea about this thing. Like, it's just impossible for all of us to know everything. That's why we kind of peel together in a mastermind. Grant, I'm looking at the clock. We got 6 minutes. So is it cool if my heart's getting excited. Can I keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
All right. Early registration of 26. One thing we do every year is we give current members of last year's program early access. So if you go to cheddarblack.com, you'll notice the timer at the top of the page. That's in real time, how many spots are available. So you get to skip the line for next year and get priority registration, peace of mind, and might be the best part of the program, Grant. It's a little $20 gift. I won't say what it is on this webinar, but we have done it in the past, and last year we didn't for strange reasons. We're going to bring it back. We want to send you a little mystery gift in the mail. Some of you guys know what this is. If you do, please don't tell the new members. It's our nice little way. It's just a little something from us to you at Christmas time. And it'll be in December. So sometime in December, you'll get a little package in the mail from us just to say thanks. And you can share it with your wife or your husband if you're a nice person. Okay. So all right, that's the Christmas gift, 100% guarantee. Listen, we want to take the risk out, so we're going to give you a full 30 days. You either love Cheddar Black and you're a raving fan, or you don't. I don't think we've ever had to give a refund, but if for some strange reason you wanted one and you're like, dude, I don't like Christmas chunks, I don't like Grant's beard, whatever, just hit us up within 30 days. We'll take all the risk out, so you can make a decision today and join and have total peace about that. Okay, here's all the stuff you get. It's like $5,000 worth of stuff if we were to sell this all individually. You get the Black Friday list, the Cyber Monday, Christmas chunks, Black Chat for a year, the Q4 hangouts with the group, and a surprise gift in the mail. You get all this stuff. Should we have a drum roll, Grant? What's the price for $1,500? It's a bargain. I ran the numbers on last year's deals. It came out to like 38 cents a lead, plus all the intrinsic value that you would get for the program. Okay, good deal. However, we love doing things crazy around here. We want to do you one even better than that today. And we want to give you an easy reason to make this decision right now today. So if you sign up right now, actually in 3 minutes when the cart goes live, and you're one of the first 150, and it's before September 1st, because our plan is to raise the price on September 1st. If for some reason it doesn't fill out today, we want to drop this even more and extend our early bird pricing and let you guys in for $997. Okay, this is the deal we gave our members for last year, and we were originally going to charge $1,500. And Grant said, Gabe, I really want to give this away and make this super easy. And him and Taylor beat me up. This is a true story. And they said, let's make it for $997 and just give everyone a chance if they're one of the fast movers that will sign up. So in 3 minutes, if you're ready to take action, you can grab it. And this is our $500 gift to you guys. Okay, but you got to sign up right now. And the reason why is we've had between 600 and 1,000 people opening each of the emails that I've been sending in the pre-launch content. And the email is teed up to get sent out in 3 minutes. And so you gotta be right on time. So who's ready? Okay, who's heard enough? Who wants the link? We got 3 minutes till cart time. Who wants the link 2 minutes early before the public release? Say a yes. Here it is, Grant. Alicia says, take my money. Okay, so she's ready to go. Sarah says, open the cart. Okay, me. Okay, cool. You guys know I'm playing a little bit, but I like to have fun with this. So Taylor, why don't you grab the checkout link and let's go ahead and drop that in the chat. If you're watching the recording, you can go to cheddarblack.com. If there's any seats that are available still, you can grab those. If you guys are on live, go ahead and grab that link in the chat and go ahead and get started signing up. We're going to hang out here for about 20 minutes or so. We're going to welcome you. We're going to take questions. So you can leave this webinar pulled up, go sign up. And I've got a special video for you. So if you need to mute the webinar for 10 minutes to watch the enrollment videos, feel free to do that. You're not going to miss anything. The content part of today's presentation is over. Right now, we just want to help you get enrolled and help the right people who want to be here get signed up. So Taylor, you have dropped the link in the chat, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then I've got to manually send that email at the top of the hour because it's teed up. So I'm going to wait until that page flips. So if you want to pull up in the sales page, and we'll see if our automation works. We got 2 minutes. Dassey's in. What's up, Ed? Welcome back, Ed. Glad to see you. Bonnie's got a comment. I think this is great. I didn't see Charles's comment about the 150. She said, you may think 150 is a lot of people to have the same leads, but the velocity is so good it doesn't matter. Plus, not everyone buys from the list. So three things I'm going to say about the competition. Number one, you're going to run out of budget. Everybody runs out of budget. Grant can't buy. Grant runs a 7-figure store. He can't buy all the leads. He runs out of budget. Okay. Number two, not everyone's buying the same stuff. You'd be surprised. There's not. Number three, the velocity in Q4, the demand is so high that there's enough for all of us. Okay. And so I wouldn't worry about that. That's never been an issue. I think it's an issue. I think people might think it's an issue, but we've never heard it from folks as an issue. Okay. So cool. So this is all the stuff you guys get, man. I don't know how we're trying to make this, like, we're giving you the farm. And Grant, I personally, in my heart, I believe this is worth $2,000. I know it's a deal at $1,500. It's worth it. At $1,500, you can take this and, go add 20, 30, 40, 50 grand worth of profit to your bottom line. And if I can save you 2 hours a day, like, what's your time worth? If I'm saving you 2 hours a day sourcing and I'm charging you $1,000, you made your time back within the first week. Okay. The rest of it's all profit. So you get all this stuff, guys. You get it all packaged up. Grant, I see the time is 11 o'clock on the dot. So let's pull up the page and see if our automation's working. Are you testing it?
Everything's good. Yeah. Cart is now officially open.
Cart is open. Let me click on it. It works. Okay. So go gadget, go to cheddarblack.com to register. Okay. While you guys are getting signed up, I'm going to just read a couple stories. These are testimony. We surveyed our members and say, hey, do you guys have anything to say about the program? So Ed Dassey, he's in the house today. He's been a member for 5 years now. He said, I kick myself every year that I didn't start Cheddar Black sooner, because once I had access to the data, we blew up. The lead saved me 4 to 6 hours a day. The community hangouts and the team delivering opportunities are fantastic. So Ed's one of the good guys. We appreciate you, Ed. Ed's been crushing it and just slowly, steadily stacking cheddar, growing his store every year, hiring a couple of VAs, stacking more cheddar, getting better at sourcing, getting better at rabbit trailing, stacking cheddar. So Ed, we appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being back in the group. Wayne Richardson says, and I don't know if this is authentic. He says the number of leads during the holiday season is like drinking from a fire hose. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what it is. Cheddar Black saved me hours daily and generated over $38,000 in profit. In past Christmas seasons, I worked up to 10 hours sourcing, but with Cheddar Black, I stayed within 5 hours and still spent my full budget. I'm assuming he's talking about per day. That's a lot of work, Wayne. So congratulations. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Ed says it says 60 or 2. So my bad, Ed. 6 years. All right. Bonnie Graham's also in the house. Some of you guys saw Bonnie's interview. Cheddar Black saves me and my VA hours a day. Instead of doing searches from scratch, we rabbit trail from the leads. The software platform saves me a tremendous amount of time with purchasing and receiving too. I've never once questioned continuing. It's a no-brainer every year. So appreciate it, Bonnie. She's you guys have got to know Bonnie. Grant, anything you want to say about? She's been in the Hangouts, super active. You've been impressed with her. Anything you want to say?
She's a wealth of knowledge. She really does have. She's one of the sources that I expect to have an answer when I come to the group with like a challenge or a question or something that I'm like, I don't know what this is. How do I handle it? She often has the answer. So love Bonnie.
Cool. I'm going to give me 1 second, Grant. I'm going to send this email off.
And by the way, Bonnie she's an OG business owner too. She's not just an Amazon seller, but she's ran, I believe it's a tile, like a flooring company with her husband. She's a QuickBooks wizard. Like if you need, like, that's one of her, I think, superpowers is just like having answers on how to do accounting and stuff like that, tax filing and stuff like that, which is nobody wants to. It sucks that we have to do it, but it is part of the business. And it's good to have somebody like her in the group that can provide feedback and direction.
Right on. Yes.
She needs to start a bookkeeping service. I've been telling her that. I'm like, you need to start a bookkeeping service, Bonnie. You got all the, so we'll see. Maybe one of these days.
I would echo that. Grant, you know I'm a big fan of finding supporting services. We've got a mutual friend, I won't say his name, that's built an accounting business in the e-com space. It's done very well. I think there's a lot of sellers that struggle. It's like entrepreneur 101, right? Find a problem and solve it. So if you guys are sellers, this is like my little gold nugget. If you're selling, the problems are the opportunities. So whatever you have a problem with, like let's say you hate accounting, that's the opportunity. You can charge $200, $300, $400 a month, continuity to do accounting for people. Just as an example, maybe you're not an accountant, but the problems are the solutions if you look for it. So, will Cheddar Black be a different login than our other Cheddar list? So Taylor?
No, it will be the same login, same place. So everything is going to SourceFlow, but I will say if you still are a Cheddar Soft subscriber, they will end up going there as well. So I think that's what you're asking about. So you'll get from both places, but SourceFlow is where you guys want to be looking at your leads, right? We'll get more updates over on SourceFlow. The data, there's more data. Everything just works a lot smoother over there.
Cool. CheddarBlack.com. Appreciate you guys signing up. I'm sure we've got a welcome video. I'm sure some of you guys are going through it. Chad Martin, I don't know if I saw Chad in the webinar. I thought I saw his name. He said last year we profited over $40,000 from Cheddar Black leads alone, and the ROI has been phenomenal. Do it. Seriously, the best OA investment I've made. So 2-year Cheddar Black member. So appreciate that, Chad. A lot of this stuff, guys, I appreciate you guys sharing your stories. We work really hard to do these leads. We don't get to see your success. I don't see your Amazon store. I don't get to see your husband or wife, happy with the work. I don't get to see them. So when you guys share these results, it's like fuel for us. We eat off it. And it makes us, I'll tell Grant, I don't know if you mind me sharing, Bonnie, when Grant wasn't a part of the pre-launch video, so Taylor and I were working on, Taylor interviewed you and got these. Grant we sent him Bonnie's interview, and which other one did we send you?
I watched them all.
You watched them all. You watched 1 or 2 of them, and you called me crying. Who did you watch? Was it Bonnie's?
Oh man, I went through all of them, and then I watched the highlight reel, and the music, the highlights. I was just like, dude, I can't believe we get to serve these people. Like we get to make a difference. And there's struggles in business. It's hard sometimes. And then watching that was just like, it gave me purpose, right? It reminded me of why we're here. And yeah, it moved me for sure.
He called, true story, called me crying. He was like, I'm so grateful we get to serve these people. And the money's good. It's not about the money. This is true story. And Grant, that was the first time I've heard you cry in a long time. I mean, you do that every once in a while, but hey, question. Alicia says, as a new seller, I'm concerned that I'm gated in so many brands. Is there going to be stuff that I can sell?
Yeah. I think Taylor's better to answer this because he works with our customers on a day-to-day basis, all shapes and sizes and experience levels. There's going to be stuff you can sell, but there is no magic wand that we're going to wave to like feed you, ungated products. There might be some services out there that are doing that, but they're far and few between is what we find if you're brand new. But what I don't know, Alicia, is like exactly where you're at. Taylor, maybe you can speak on this a little more on the ungating stuff.
Yeah. I mean, as a newer seller, you are going to run into gated products. It's just bound to happen. But with the amount of leads that we're delivering to you, you should be able to find plenty of things that you can sell. And then as a newer seller, like just prosper where you're planted, right? Like sell the stuff that you can sell, create those sales, generate more successful transactions on Amazon. And then you'll start finding that ungating starts to get a little bit easier over time. Amazon will ungate you in things automatically. But also you're going to run into leads where it's like, hey, this brand is only asking for 10 units to get ungated. Let's go after it, right? And let's make it happen. In Saeed's interview, he talks about that, where when he joined Cheddar Black last year, there are a few products and brands that he was able to get ungated in, and, they did very well for him throughout the whole year. So if you're a new seller and you're worried about that, let me just tell you, one, for the amount of leads that you're getting, your price per lead is so low, right? You're getting so much data. I don't think you'll ever be able to get leads this cheap anywhere else, right? No. On top of that, though, for this, for less than what we would charge for a normal lead list every month, right? You're getting access to these hangouts, to other sellers, right? If you take this program and you work it and you make connections and network with other sellers and take action on your leads, this will be the best year that you have. It'll be a jumping off point in your business. I've heard it from too many past sellers who joined Cheddar Black. If you watch our interviews, you'll hear that as well. As a new seller, there's a worry, but I'll tell you, like, there's going to be so much value you get out of this that it will be worth it 100%. I go back to Ed Dassey, right? Where his comment, I kick myself every year that I didn't do it the first time that I had a chance to.
Yes.
Right. So he knows something more that most people don't know.
Yes, for everybody. Saeed is another now community celebrity. whether you like it or not, Saeed. I think you came in late last year too. I believe Saeed joined the program late, sometime like mid Q4. He found us, hadn't heard of OA Cheddar, and he said Cheddar Black brought me consistency. Before sourcing was hit and miss. With Cheddar Black, I saved 3 to 4 hours a day and always have profitable leads to capitalize on. It's given us great vetted leads, boosted our Amazon business. Don't miss out. Okay, so there you go. I want to welcome a couple people, but I want to read one more. Adam Peterson has been a 4-year Cheddar Black member. I think, Taylor, you just had a call with him, I believe, recently. He said it's a no-brainer. If you want to dominate Q4, If you want to dominate Q4, Cheddar Black easily saves me 6 hours a day, letting me spend more time with my family. It's worth 20x the cost. I'll gently push you over the fence. You'll thank me later when record sales start coming in. And I love this picture. It like brings out the competitor in me. I used to play sports, and there's like a zone you get in sports, and he's in it right here. So appreciate it, Adam. It's that zone where you just do. You stop thinking, you just do. You guys know what I'm talking about? Even you guys that played sports. So cool. So guys, this is everything you get. I want to welcome some of you guys. I haven't had a chance to look at the cart. If you're still watching, go to cheddarblack.com. And Grant, can I just read off a couple of these names? I want to pull up and see how we're doing here. Let me just read off and welcome a couple of you guys. I see a bunch of you have jumped in here. So let me refresh this here. All right. So Sasha Toledo, welcome. Chad Thomas in the house. Welcome back. Kenny Holber. Tracy. I see Stephen Gill. I see Brian Lynn. I see Cody Conley. I'll stop reading your last names. Alyssa, I see. Welcome back. David B, welcome back. Anthony W. P, welcome back. Greg F, welcome back. Christy M, welcome. Roger M, welcome. Joseph A, welcome. Tim Fout, I think you're here, Tim. What's up? Where can I watch testimonials? You can go to YouTube. Taylor, you want to grab the link to the playlist, and we'll drop those in the chat here. If you happen to miss my emails, a little offended you missed my pre-launch emails personally, but if you missed them, then we'll drop them in here. Chad Thomas says, I'm back. I couldn't resist. Right on, Chad. Glad to have you back, man. Let's see here. If you don't mind grabbing that, Taylor. Ed says, yes, it's a lead list, not a buy list. So make sure you vet the leads for your criteria. So that is true. It is impossible for us. We do our pre-vetting for you guys, and that filters out probably 80% of the junk leads, but it's impossible for us to know what you're gated in. And we've had that question for 8 years now. It is just impossible. Grant's store is going to have different things that he's ungated in than Bonnie is, than Ed is. Everyone's going to be different. So to combat that, we just give you this big old bag, as the kids say, a grip of leads, and then you can just go through all those and source for them. So yeah. Cool. So welcome a bunch of you guys. We'll hang out for like 10 minutes, guys. If you guys have any questions about Q4 or Cheddar Black, we're going to hang out. We always hang out for just a few minutes while you guys are getting started, and want to answer any questions you guys have. So welcome. Q&A time. Let's see if we got any chats here. Anthony says, oh, I'm all set. Awesome. Kaleem, hello. Welcome. Let's see. It looks like you guys are, I'm like way behind in the chat here because I've been doing printing. So if you guys have any questions that you asked previously and you want to re-ask them, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I got a question here from Joseph. How deep can we go on these leads? I assume go wide, not deep, is not a Q4 thing. So you can go as deep as you would like to go on these leads, right? Each business, I recommend that each business owner sources and buys with what they're comfortable with and what your cash flow will kind of allow. I don't think you should ever go super deep on any one or two ASINs just because you're tying a lot into, only one product. So try to keep it, wide and shallow, but I mean, go deeper than you normally would on some of these items, especially if they're holiday related or that you see the evidence and to keep a graph of previous success from last year's. You can definitely go deeper on it. Everyone's a little different though. I mean, we go really wide and shallow, right? And then I know some people who do really well by going deep on select product leads where, so teach their own. I think the safest way is to go wide and shallow, but If you can get a lot of inventory on really good selling product leads and capitalize on the Q4 rush, then I know people who crush it that way too. So both are excellent ways.
Yes.
I think we could point out too that like if you're looking, BSR is not going to change for a lot of products, right? But just because the BSR doesn't change doesn't mean that the flow or the demand doesn't, right? Like everything's probably going to be in more demand this time of year than any other time of year. So you don't necessarily like just because you don't see a BSR indicator, right? Where it's like some products are going to do that, where this is what the BSR looks like, right? The sales rank history on Keepa. And then in Q4, it flatlines, right? It pins out because it's one of those products that's going to climb up in ranking closer to that number one spot. But there's a lot of products that don't change. The BSR, the sales rank data is going to look the same. However, behind that sales rank data is higher demand in season. So if you would normally buy 5 of something, right, it's safe to assume that you might be able to buy 10 and sell them at the same rate that you would outside of Q4, right? Because the demand increase. So, but I agree. I think that ultimately go wide, right? That's the safest bet, especially if you're not sure. Now, if you know that then you can go deep, but don't make guesses, right? If you feel like you're going to make a guess to go deep, then just move away from that and go wide and shallow. That's your safest bet.
Cool.
There's other questions in here, Taylor, that you might want to address that I think.
Real quick, Deepak put a message in here. I think Deepak, if you can just email us, team@OA-Cheddar. What we're going to do, some of you guys, there's a little bonus pack of leads that's an optional add-on to your order. Some of you guys are buying that. Just send an email, and Taylor, after this webinar is over, Taylor gets to he gets all kinds of work to do. He gets to go back and manually sort that out. So we'll get it all sorted out for you. If you bought it, and if you didn't and you want access to it, just email us, team@OA-Cheddar, if you guys have anything with your order, and we'll sort it out afterwards. So how long will the cart be available? So here's the deal. The cart's open, and we have 150 seats. The cart's open when that fills, and or September 1st, we'll raise the price back up to $14.99 to the retail price. So you've got between now and September 1st, if you're watching the replay, to get our legacy pricing, our grandfather pricing. If you're watching this after and you get to sign up for $14.99, it is still a bargain. It is still a good deal, and you're going to be more than happy with the results that you get from it. So you got a little time, but I would take action if you want to spot. What we've learned is our best clients, the ones that get the best results, they take action quickly, they make a decision, they run with it. So what I can tell you I think the decision for you is, are you going to sell in Q4 in next year, yes or no? If the answer is yes, then I would bid to ask you, where are you going to get the inventory leads from? Are you going to have a VA go and source them? It'll probably cost you $1,000 to $4,000 a month. If you want to deliver as many leads as we are, you're probably going to spend 20 or 30 grand on VAs, I would say, to be able to generate this type of volume. So are you going to source, yes or no? Number 2, do you want the leads, yes or no? If you want the leads, I will tell you right now with confidence, we are the best bargain in the industry. You will get more high quality leads with Cheddar Black at a better cost per lead than you will find anywhere else in the industry. And I can say that with certainty. Our team is obviously, we're biased. Our team is good. They've been doing this for many years. They've got a system down. We've got a process down. And also, if you're a SourceFlow subscriber, then you're going to have all the leads living in one place. So, your alternative would be spreadsheet purgatory. Okay, so if you're going to do Q4, do I do Cheddar Black and get them all nice and bundled tight in SourceFlow, where you can log in and say, I want to source clothing and shoes at this profit margin, and boom, the leads are there? Or do you want to manage like 87 spreadsheets and have everything floating around everywhere? That's really the decision. We like to make this really easy for you. Okay, cool. Cool. Looks like some of you guys are buying twice, so we'll sort that out. That's a good problem to have. We'll sort that out when we get done here. Cool, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys being a part of this. Grant, Taylor, closing thoughts as we wrap up today?
No, I mean, other than it, I'm excited to get started. I'm excited to meet some of you guys on the Hangouts. If you aren't able to attend the Hangouts live, they are recorded and emailed out. So you'll be able to watch those recordings, listen to them on your commute. A lot of people do that. Taylor. I think we have, generally outside of Black Friday or Cheddar Black, we have 9 to 12 people attend those calls live, and then another 40 to 50 people watch the replay.
That's about that's about right.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of people report to us that the Hangouts have been a game changer, and they're not there live. So if you can't be live, that's okay. Listen to the recordings, and it's, again, I would say that we've had a lot of people report that these particular Hangouts are exceptionally different than a lot of the stuff that's going on in the space. And this isn't to downplay or degrade anybody else's program, but a lot of times the conversation is high level business. It's not just, let's look at Keep a Graphs or talk about, Keep a Product Finder. Those are all good things and necessary parts of running an Amazon store. But I would say our conversation seems to be a little bit more on like the business administrative, like how to really run an Amazon store, a company. So it's kind of cool. Somebody asked, and I don't know if we addressed it, how do I get access to the chat? Taylor, are they giving a link where they can request an invitation, or they can request access to Black Chat?
So we'll get you guys into the Facebook group. You just need to ask and request it. We'll get you guys approved today. We'll do a cleaning out of any members who didn't renew, and then we will bring in all the new ones. So expect over the next few days that you're going to get emails about more instructions. You'll be invited into the Facebook group if you haven't already requested. So is it part of the email follow-up already though? Like there's a link to go do it, or they just need to wait for another?
Yes. So on the thank you page, on the thank you page, there's a link to the Facebook group. So I'm seeing the request right now. I see there's a bunch of you in here. So Tracy, I just accepted yours. So get in the group first, and then we get to manually add people to Black Chat. So again, that's why we're doing this webinar on Thursday. So we have today and tomorrow to kind of get you guys sorted. So
if you're clicking on the link in the thank you page, you need to make sure, or in the email, you need to make sure it's on mobile for the Facebook chat though. So if you're trying to join the Facebook chat, it won't work unless you're on mobile, because that link is only meant to be shared for phones.
So, okay. So take the thank you page, email or text it to yourself, and then click on it is what you're saying.
Yes. Yep. Or just join the Facebook, or request to join the Facebook group, and I'll add you to the Black Chat as I approve your request. That's the easiest way of getting it done.
Cool. Joseph got like 3 or 4 confirmation emails. So that's awesome. That means our delivery system's working so good. It's sending 5. It worked when we tested it, Joseph. So at least you got the welcome. If you got 5 of them, that's better than none, I guess. So cool. Kaleem, so if you want the Facebook group, so after you purchase Cheddar Black on the thank you page, like Taylor was just talking about, there'll be a link to join the Cheddar Black group, and then we will manually add you guys to Cheddar Black, the chat. And we've got to go through and pull out anybody from last year that's not still a member. So cool. I went to try to get the cart, and it says I will email you when the cart opens. You know what we got to turn off, Taylor? I think we got to turn off that. Let's drop the checkout link in here again if we can. Let me grab it.
I got it.
You got it. Drop it in chat for this gentleman. And then I think I got to change something on this page when we jump off. I got to do something with the pop-up, I think. We'll turn that off. Cool. Very cool, guys. Hey, thank you guys for being here. This concludes let me go back to our presentation, Grant. Let me pull this off here. Stop screen. There we go. This concludes our presentation for this year. Appreciate you guys who have already taken action and have joined Cheddar Black 2025. We're excited to kick off the season with you guys. And for those of you guys asking about the replay, there most likely will be a replay once we got to get this rendered and put on YouTube. So appreciate you guys for rejoining. Congratulations. The countdown timer on the site's in real time. So if you're wondering if there's a spot available for me, go to cheddarblack.com. and that will reflect it. Grant, appreciate all the hard work, man, and you not having to be a guru this year.
For sure. Yeah, appreciate everybody who did the interviews too. Those were really amazing.
Yes.
Awesome.
Taylor, also thanks, man. I know you got a lot. You get more work coming up after this, but I appreciate all the hard work as well, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just excited to get everyone in and get it started. This is those who join Cheddar Black are always like our top tier customers. You guys get access to anything new that we have first. We seek your guys' opinion and how to shape and drive forward, where we go with OA Cheddar and with SourceFlow. So I'm just excited to get everyone back into this year's group and start building things up. I think it's going to be an awesome year. I see a lot of success for everyone.
Very good. I'm going to click this, Taylor, so we can end on this. There's our fancy thank you. Let's see. We can put this back on here. Cool. Very good. Tim, hey, appreciate you guys. Tim, Faust, Ed Dassey, Tracy, Cooper, Bonnie Graham, Joseph Atkins, all the good guys and girls are in the group. So appreciate you guys for being a part of Cheddar Black 2025. If you're watching the replay, go to cheddarblack.com and see if we have any spots available between now and September 1st when the price goes up. And if we do, grab them and take advantage of the season. So appreciate you guys. We'll see you inside Cheddar Black.
Awesome.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.